Hello. Yes, Joe Owens is right on UKIP and Brexit. That's right. Didn't I predict, if you remember, those that have been watching these videos, didn't I predict when Nigel Farage prematurely and foolishly left UKIP that the enemies of this country would take control of UKIP? Is that not what's happened? Since Nigel Farage left, we had the handbags at dawn, the European Parliament, Stephen Wolfe and Mike Hookham. After that, we had the embarrassing love affair with Henry Bolton and Joe Marley, embarrassing UKIP, causing controversy and turning members against members and whatever, some supporting them, some against them, splitting UKIP nearly, all under the guise of a toxic love affair. That's how the state does it. It's not naked disruption. Then after that, he goes, Henry Bolton, Gerard Batten takes over, another one working with the secret state. He takes over, and what does he do? Declares war on Islam. Suicidal for any political party that wants to do well at the polls, right? Suicidal. Yes, he declares war on Islam. You see, the public's not interested in Islam as long as it stays away from them. They're more concerned about who's emptying the bins, getting the trains running on time and so on, more jobs and whatever, more better housing and whatever. They're not interested. As long as the Muzzies stay in the little ghetto, they're not bothered. But anyway, he declares war on Islam, and to add insult to injury, he allows idiotic, dubious characters like Count Dankula to join UKIP. What's his political background? Well, exactly. Teaching his pug to seek Heil on YouTube. Who is he? Well, exactly. Why has he got a stupid, silly name? Count Dankula, right? Count Dickhead, right? And he's obscene, to say the least. Why would you allow him anywhere near UKIP? Well, exactly. What savvy political leader would allow him into UKIP? You wouldn't. And then Sargon of Akkad, like a name out of Lord of the Rings. Well, what's all that about, you fucking idiot? Right? What's all that about with your silly name? Well, exactly. And that's what UKIP is. The decent, sensible members, voters, supporters. That's the first thing they'd be asking themselves. Who are these characters? Then we've got Tommy Robinson. Is the vote this Sunday by the members, whether or not he's allowed in or not? What savvy, political, intelligent, sensible leader would allow him in? Violence and confrontation, a war on Islam, that's all he pushes. Not about getting the bins emptied on time. Jobs, housing, welfare, social care, the list is endless. Oh no, it's a war, and the public doesn't want a war. The public doesn't want no violence or war with anyone. So what I predicted was going to happen to UKIP has happened, right? It has happened. Brexit again. I think those that have been around as long as myself knew quite well Theresa May Vincent-Price was going to sell us out. Anyone that believed otherwise must have been extremely naive, right? She's from the same cloth Hedward Heath and all the rest of them are from, right? So it was a foregone conclusion what she was going to do. Nigel Farage foolishly put his faith in the Tories, believed that democracy will have to prevail and she'll have to deliver. Well, what can I say? Comment superfluous, as John Tyndall used to say. So Joe Owens is spot on again. Everything I say all comes true, right? I must have a crystal ball in front of me. So what's going to happen now, Mr. Farage? I'll direct this message to you, or question, should I say. What's going to happen now, right? They're not going to get rid of her, right? There's not going to be no leadership challenge and she goes. She's there for the duration and she's going to sell us out, right? And the backlash that everyone knew was coming over the horizon, where's it going to go? Can't go to Corbyn and his lot, right? So where's it going to go? To UKIP? But by the time it gets to UKIP would have been brought to its knees through various controversies, embarrassment behaviour, disruption, violence, Tommy Robinson Roadshow, the full package, right? So where's the backlash going to go? Well, it's going to fizzle out and we're going to be a slave to the European Union. And this indefinite, you know, what is it, the customs union, eventually we'll just slide back into everything, single markets, assuming she hasn't kept us in that as well. So that's what will happen. The backlash will just fizzle out and that's the end of it, right? And Theresa May, Vincent Price will you say a few nice things. Oh, listen, this is for the best, and there's more jobs, and this and the public will just they'll just give in because they'll be that demoralised, they'll be just that fed up. And this is what happens, and they know they'll get away with it. It doesn't matter how many resign or what leadership challenge happens. It doesn't matter. She's going nowhere. She's sold us out, and the only possible alternative, if that's the right word, was UKIP. And that's why the enemy has taken control of it, Mr. Farage. You left too soon, right? That's what's happened, right? They were waiting for you to leave. Because don't forget, they're listening on the airwaves, Mr. Farage. They're listening on your phones, reading your emails, your texts and whatever. So they know what your intentions were once after the Brexit referendum, leave European Union. They knew what you were going to do. So what they've done, they've let you go, and then the enemy's taken control. Don't forget, the enemy was always in there from day one. They didn't just arrive in there last week. They've been there from day one, like they were in British nationalism from day one, right? What's been happening to British nationalism the past 40 years is now happening to UKIP, right? So what's now going to happen? Are you going to get back in there? Is there going to be a leadership challenge in March? Because UKIP's in the hands of the enemy, right? And they're not passing UKIP back to you without a fight. But it's going to be interesting what happens regarding Tommy Robinson's. Let's see if he's allowed in. And then let's see what other embarrassment and controversies happen. More handbags at door maybe, or more violence on the street. Tommy Robinson and his lot. I don't know. We shall see. But everything that I predicted, it's all come true. It's all happened. Right, I must have a crystal ball. You believed in the democracy would have to prevail, Mr. Farage, and Theresa May, Vincent Price would have to deliver. Well, I'm lost for words here because it's so frustrating. It's like Nick Griffin when he handed the BNP to Adam Walker, who's working for Hope Not Hate. Christ, I still can't get my head around that. But anyway, Mr. Farage, you've got to get your act together and get in there and save UKIP. Okay, thank you.